Well, that's odd.
Is that a grouse?
That doesn't sound like a grouse. Is it? No, it's four geese.
Oh,
I never heard them make that noise before.
me neither.
Looks like we got the horses down at the lower field today. Yeah, they're all curious. We really haven't met. Hey guys,
Aw.
how's the field? Pretty good? Num nums? Just had a neighbor stop by. They're not really a neighbor, they're quite a ways away, but she seen me out on the road looking at the horses. So she stopped, introduced herself. I was Kathy. June 10th today. Wow. Time's really moving along. Things are going okay here. Place is growing really well. Only lost a few plants, so not bad. Maybe 3 weeks ago I caught some sort of stomach bug, intestinal infection, viral bacteria thing. Nobody's really sure yet. And it's pretty well leveled me completely. I haven't been mobile in quite a bit. I was bedridden for a long time, and it's only the last 3 days I think I've been up and about. So I am improving, but man, it's just been absolutely devastating. So yeah, yard work's pretty well stopped. Monica's picked up, you know, the odds and ends here and there. Cut the grass, dealt with some of the garden stuff, well, the cooking. I haven't been eating. Lost over 10% of my body weight. No, actually, about 10%. Still trying to maintain right now. Food intake's just been tough. Even my voice is weak, and oh man, so it's been rough. It's been really rough. Docs checked me over. We've done some tests, so hopefully it's just one of those nasty infections. I mean, I've had my bouts in the Caribbean with some of those stomach bugs, but 3 weeks is pretty rough, pretty rough. So hoping to get over this here pretty quick. I gotta get back to all the stuff I was doing. So that's the update for here. Everything's all right, but yeah, get knocked down with a bit of an illness. Makes you appreciate health, that's for sure. And it's one thing we bought a place this size that needs this much attention. At our age, we didn't want to wait till we're retired and then go find our dream country home. Because there's a lot to do, and you got to be physically fit to some degree. So yeah, when that gets taken away, it's not good. It's not good. So hopefully I'll bounce back. I got to deal with that roof. I've left that alone for the last 3 weeks. Not a huge deal, but needs to get done. Got some of the trail done, so I mean I did a couple of things while I was sick, but wow. Probably 2 days worth in 3 weeks. That's that. Let's get some proper food and lots of liquids in me, and not beer. Haven't had beer in a while, that's for sure. And we'll get back on track. We're at June 13th today, and I'm still recovering. Not too great this morning, but right now I'm okay. So maybe I'll finally get to deal with this fence. I gotta take this Jeep up there with the saws and a bunch of stuff. I'll take the Jeep as far as I can. Where the trees are down, there's no trail access yet, but I'll take the Jeep up anyways, just to not have to lug everything up by hand. So, other thing is I found this piece down at the grassy area at the workshop where I usually enter the lower fence line trail to access the property. And I have no idea what the hell it is. It's not Tupperware. Wondering if it's off the Jeep. Because I was doing a lot of bush crashing and I was dragging quite a bit underneath on some of the bigger, heavier bushes. So maybe there's something down there that this belongs to. So let's have a look. This is the damage I did probably a month ago when I bent this bracket. I bottomed out on something, crossing a ditch, straddling a ditch, and shoved the bracket over right into the boot. So not really the best design to have that, have this so easy to bend and into your drive lines. So because that boot, it's got to be changed, and I may have done some driveline damage already. But as far as that plastic piece, it doesn't look like it belongs down here at all. I just have no idea where the hell that came from. It's nothing from up here. Definitely not. Yeah, it's this. So it's stuff like this that gets jammed in when you do bushwhacking. So with my forestry truck, it was less of an issue. I think there's more stuff down here that's more exposed, like these brake lines. They can really get hung up on. If you get a Y branch in here, you'll do some damage. But it doesn't look like anything else really having any issues down here. I have no idea where that piece came from. I'm at the rear, and again, there's nothing in here that resembles that at all. Just approaching my connector trail that I've driven a few times that allows me to access the top of the property. I'm gonna make a turn here and get up this. Bit of a safari. It's actually a pretty good grade. It really pulls you in the seat when you come up here. And walking it actually, it's a good strain. Yeah, definitely just pulling in the back of my seat right now. Sharp turn, and so we go. Sharp left, and then we're onto the main walking trail. But I've driven this now. Basically, I'm heading up. So I gotta fix a fence. Monica's just behind me walking up with the dogs. And then I think on the way down, if I have time, I'm gonna just clear up a little bit of the mess I made here. There's a bunch of big shrubs I keep driving over. They're just gonna get hung up in the drive line. There's another section here that's going to pull you pretty hard into the back of the seat. That's a good stiff rise right here. Oh yeah. It's like going up the roller coaster. You just get sucked in your seat. And we're going to level off again. Too bad there's evergreen. I was able to save it. It was too big to dig out. So over here I usually take a hard right. I missed my turn. There's a bit of a landing on my left here. I'm going to try to drive into it. Because the fence line's pretty close. In this section of the property, the fence line's really close. Alright, you can do it. There we go. I haven't driven in here yet, but it's a pretty good landing, I believe. Bunch of junk in here. The fence is right here. And then it just angles up to the top of the property. So I think we'll leave the Jeep here. Because I think my first tree down is just to my right. Alright, I got Monica with me. She's gonna give me a hand here with this fence. So first, just 5 minutes from the Jeep. It's a pretty small mess, but it's pushed the barbed wire all down to the point where I don't think the cows are getting through this part, but let's clean this up anyways. Some more trees on the fence. Very little damage. Again, that's also not letting the cows through, but I'll cut it. Okay, come across a bigger one here. Again, it's on the fence. Hasn't wrecked it completely. I think I'll go on the other side. Take a couple of chunks off. All right, so here's 2 or 3 trees right on the wire. It's right down to the ground. You can tell it's been totally worn. So the cows have been coming through here for sure. It's fairly worn on this side. So they got onto the property and then just meandered around, but they can't get out. I'll take care of these trees. I won't have to restrand or do something with the existing wire if I can. Mosquitoes are awesome. Yeah, that's pretty insane. Wow. Good thing they're not biting. Gross. Okay, we fixed this the best as we could. Let's put the stick in here. The top The top wire is completely ripped off. I was able to manage to kind of hook it in. So I'll get some staples and tools and come up here and fix that. But that's enough deterrent for the cows not to bother. Barely made it 20 feet and same crap. Oh, looks like a pretty easy one, this one. Yeah, the fence went right to the ground and the cows were able to get over it. I'm on my way into town again. I went a few days ago, for blood and urine tests. They kind of called me in urgent today to do a CT scan. So at least I'm able to get in these appointments real quick, but looks like this is taking a turn for something a bit more serious. So I don't really have any idea what they're looking at. That's the latest. CT scan. I don't know if the doctor will see the results today, but I'll know more tomorrow. Had my CT scan done. I guess I didn't like what they seen, so they told me to go to ER. It's like, wow, what the hell? It's not good. They took another blood test. Doctor says there's some mass near the small and large intestines near the appendix that he wants to look at and probably remove. They were going to do that tonight, but I was just kind of beat from all today. I was there quite a long time today. So I'm going back in tomorrow, 10:30, and they're going to keep me for probably a couple of days. Just kind of wanted to prep up, take a couple of things, pass time when I wake up. So that's that. They're not sure what the hell is going on, really. They're going to put a camera in first, and then just see what the next procedure is. They said it's really rare that it's a cancerous thing, but man, it doesn't sound good at all, man. So, and they sound like it's really urgent. You want to do it tonight? He goes, well, we're doing it tomorrow. We're going in. So, I guess I'll let them have a shot at it. See what the f*** is going on in there. I guess surgery went pretty good. But I'm going to be here a couple more days. It's 5 in the morning now. I really didn't sleep all night. Because I needed urine someplace every 3 hours, but I couldn't pee because of the meds. So, they had to put a catheter in. And then I had to put another one on later. But that one didn't go in, so they had to put another one in. Oh man. It was kind of burning. But it looks like it's a nice day. Blue sky. Hopefully I'll get some sleep. So, I'm doing okay. My guts are pretty trash from messing around in there yesterday. So, this is my room. Little bathroom on the side. My pretty adjustable bed. And I got the view. And my fan. So, yeah, kind of rough. Looks like the worst is done. I got my IV still hooked up. And my big ugly pee tube. Fun. So I got my ice water, Jello, some sort of broth, orange juice, apple juice, and a tea. Okay, talk to you later. took my catheter out now. I've had some small food and liquids on my own. I still have the IV on, so over there with the painkillers in it. So it's still pretty rough, but yeah, I can pee on my own. Don't have to wear that goddamn thing in there. I can move about, but lots of pain. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. I'm pretty sure I'll stay here tomorrow. They called a code blue a few minutes ago in the OR. It's dead quiet here now. It's crazy, man. I got salmon and rice, veggies. But I did score a piece of carrot cake. I already had some. All right, all systems check, so they're gonna let me go today. Monica's on her way. Gonna be a few days at home before I can really do a whole lot, I guess, but that's that. What a ride. So I'm laying here in my new hospital bed. It doesn't have an electric razor lift, which is kind of nice. So that's a bit tougher to get up. I've got a big elastic band at the bottom I can hang on to and raise myself up. But the view's a little better out here. I got some robins chirping away. And it's pretty early. I'm tired. Pretty tired right now. So I had some T3s for painkiller for all the work I did inside. At the hospital, I had an IV going with all the painkillers, and I had a button for push demand. So I gotta make sure I time it right and not get too low on that, because I think that's gonna really hurt if I get too low on painkiller. But I don't want to be using too much of it either. All that codeine, it's hard on your body, and then you end up getting hooked on it. Okay, so I'm just gonna be online for a bit here, checking up on stuff and eat some more, stay hydrated. Hopefully I'll get my voice back here in a couple more days. Yeah, wow. What a trip. Actually getting some quality time outside. Not doing a whole lot, I'm just kind of hanging out. It's really pleasant. It's not really any mosquitoes, it's calm, it's warm. I've been actually up all yesterday just doing mini chores around the place. Like kitchen stuff. Nothing really physically outside. And today too. Did a bunch of cooking and kitchen stuff and a couple of things outside. Monica cut the grass. So I am feeling better, so I want to thank everybody for all the get better, get well wishes. My voice is coming back a bit. It's Sunday afternoon, so I think I'm going to go in on Tuesday or Wednesday and have these staples taken out. They're kind of rough. Not really too happy with how that looks. Well, I mean, it looks okay. I think there's no infection or anything, but a lot more scar tissue than I thought I would have, but that's how it goes. Not a huge deal as long as I get better and strong and I can hold up, because I got some stuff to do. I like to keep busy here. And hopefully my voice will come back. Sounds like it's not as weak and raspy. That's about it. Yeah, it's still pretty early here Sunday afternoon. Gonna have a nice big dinner. I've been eating okay, not as much as I should, but pretty regular. Tonight we'll have a full meal. I've been sleeping okay. Well, not really, because I get up every 4 hours. Do my painkillers, because by about 3.5 hours I started getting kind of pretty sore in the bowel area where I did all the work. bathroom breaks are still tough because that catheter was in there 3 or 3.5 times. So that's not working that great right now. It's more like I don't know, can't really push it out. Just kind of have to let it drain. But it's getting better. Every day is getting better. So I'll go in Tuesday, Wednesday, and hopefully I'll get some updates, and hopefully there's not really anything else to discuss. If there's any side effects or any other issues they found while doing this, but I'm gonna stay positive for now. That's it. So I think the June video is gonna be pretty short. I think it's gonna be probably just one video for the entire month because I had so much downtime. We'll see. That's it. You guys have a good night. Have a good weekend. I'll update here in a few days. The other day I did find out what this mystery piece was from the Jeep. I know it's from the Jeep or somewhere off the Jeep or its accessories. Yeah, definitely not from underneath. It's not a factory item. So if it's not underneath, I thought, well, maybe it's from the top because I do tend to carry a bunch of stuff. And sure enough, this Tough Tote got completely crushed. It's got one of the camping stoves in it. I usually have 2 or 3 in this for backpacking and stationary camping. And yeah, I mean, the top rack does get pretty beat up, but the way I got it usually packed, it's okay. The front usually has a duffel bag. So these lights have been on here for quite some time, and they are strong as hell because they've been going through bush bashing us quite a bit, and I've never wrecked one. So there's lights here, also some in the rear, just all floodlights for camping. So, but yeah, these have never taken any damage, surprising. And that's one reason I don't follow the trend of the light bars by the windshield. I just don't really care for them, and often the trails I do will destroy a light bar completely. A lot of people ask what these are, and these are limb risers. Basically, if I get into a lot of brush, it's gonna ride up on here and kind of help stay off the rack and the windshield and possibly break it. But yeah, that light bar up here is definitely just junk for me. I don't believe in those things. They don't even look good for me. Not my style. Instead, I'm just running the traditional round lights. These are KCs. These are much brighter than the headlights themselves, actually. And the way they're mounted, again, not much chance of them damaging them. It's pretty sturdy up front. I've done tons and tons of bush crashing with this truck, and yeah, it's never been an issue. And the jack being further back, it doesn't really get hung up a whole lot either. Place is definitely thickened up a lot with greenery, that's for sure. And there's quite a few flowers and cool bushes. A lot of stuff just growing random. It's a good thing I didn't get too crazy with the weed whacker because there's all kinds of flowers just growing all over the place. Even here, the edge of the lawn, a couple of times I took the weed trimmer and I actually just knocked that down a little bit. But it looks like it's actually quite a nice border. It's got all these flowers. There's probably some different kinds still coming up later in the year. All kinds of these little yellow ones coming up. Little patches. They're actually growing on the lawn too. And then this is the south bed. It's pretty large and there's so much variety in here. I mean, a lot of stuff has come and gone already. But yeah, every week or two you get something else coming up. This will be some new stuff on its way. We had these giant irises come up. There's a whole bunch in the middle here, and then some different kinds. These are pretty cool. A lot smaller. And more stuff coming through. Like I said, it never really ends. There's always something coming up. all kinds of different things in here. And it does carry on a little bit into this bed. I think this is an older. This is probably some of the original landscaping here. We've got this cool pea bush here. It's just turned into, all the flowers are pretty well done. It's got all these little tiny pea shoots. And yeah, this wraps around the back of the house. So that's more bushy type stuff. Probably has less lighting over here. But definitely, this is a nice feature. I didn't do any digging around in here this year. Just because I wasn't sure what is all in here and what's just overgrown. I will thin it out now, or next year, or in the fall. And then this is the other large flower bed here by the fire pit. Again, I didn't do anything with it. I let it just kind of take its thing. I think there was tulips and all kinds of stuff in here, and daffodils in the beginning. And then there's all kinds of stuff just kind of... It definitely needs thinning out. It's pretty crowded. But, you know, for a wild country look, it's fine the way it is too, I guess. It's pretty cool. So, but yeah, now I'm gonna be much more familiar what's happening in these. These are all perennials, so they all come up every year on their own. Only problem I'm having is with the garden itself, because I was at the coast for 2 weeks and then I've been sick for almost 5 weeks. And I can do a little bit now, but man, this thing's out of control. I mean, yeah, there's lots of food growing in here, but man, it's just overgrown with weeds and grass. And I can't ask Monica to take care of this because she works in the office till 3:30, and then of course she has things to do. And yeah, the garden, it's, wow, it takes a few hours a day just to stay on top of it if you want to keep it super tidy, but it's a mess. I must admit, disappointed, but it's the way it goes. So a lot of this here is currants, and they got a bit to go, I believe. Now the center row here was raspberries and all that, but it's mostly 8-foot tall grass now. When you first walk in, I've got these old barrels. I just put some random stray tomato plants I had left. But they're doing okay. I mean, they're pretty sturdy. I'm gonna give them some support. This one here is nice and thick. Of course it needs weeding, but the flowers are on, so we're good. And this bed it was in really nice shape. It's got carrots and onions in it, and all those are radishes ready to go. The first third looks like it's dedicated to more perennials. So that's what's happening here. So this is a small bed. This is a long bed, partially wide, and then it goes narrow in the rear. We had some bugs that got into the roots of these cauliflowers. And the broccoli we did have bolted, so it got pulled. Now, some of these plants are okay, and some of these other ones might recover. They were sprayed. I don't like spraying anything, but I've had to get rid of the root maggots we had. That's what's hurting the plants. So, anyways, it's not a huge loss. This was asparagus. So we saved a few, and I guess it'll just regrow. I don't know why it's growing outside the bed. Definitely more in here. These giant tree things. So it's doing its thing. It'll just rejuvenate for next year. I think this is zucchini and more zucchini. Over here is my radish row, which are done, and the rest is weeds and carrots. Strawberries, well, I think they're doing okay. This is this nice thick grass with lots of strawberries in it. This is what's left of the second growth of spinach. This is a different kind. And kale. Definitely got lots there. Bunch of peas and flowers. Chives, they're doing okay. This bed, not in use. Chives, and we've got beets over here. Just kind of random stuff. Fennels, onions, green onions, Jason Braun cilantro is doing really well. I took some yesterday, but it keeps coming back, so we'll pick at it. Some not great looking basil, oregano, thyme, marjoram. And this was just going to be ornamental here, but it's some sort of thyme, but it's not doing that great in this container. It's got to come out, but oh, it's all Swiss chard in the greenhouse. Okay, I think the rest is pretty well friggin' weeds in here, man. Got a bunch of tomatoes that need some help. I gotta stake them up. That's just out of control. It's just random greenery of who knows what. This is our potato bed. That's looking okay. Probably should have done more. This entire bed has nothing in it. Just whatever that is. We've got these ginormous poppies. These are pretty cool. A little bit flimsy. There is dill in here. Random green weeds. Lots of those. I don't know what happened there. This is what happens when you leave a garden alone for a month and it's raining and sunny. It looks like a runner bean, which I didn't have plans to plant over here. This is Monica's little cornfield. Well, more asparagus. And we got some more cauliflower, which is no happy. Again, the roots got attacked. This rest of this bed is nothing. Unreal. Wow, I'll have to burn all this down. And this is a runner bean doing its thing. Going up the pole. Orchards. The orchard's doing okay. Oh, one tree is not that great. These other ones just need some tidying up. We'll see how they produce. That's what's left of the rhubarb. Man, this thing's giant. And the greenhouse. We're doing okay in here, so. What the hell? Look at these things. So that's pretty well expired. We've just been picking some of the lettuce off of here. That's done. I'm letting these seed. That's old spinach. I'm going to take the seeds off once it's dead. Well, with the pollen on there. These peas, some of these are good. These are kind of tiny, but they taste really good. Again, more lettuce. This is the Swiss chard. I like to eat it when it's young. I'm not a big chard fan. Some more beets. A beat up cucumber. It got blight, but it's got cukes. And these are all just mixed pepper plants. These are doing okay. And this thing here, it's got some mini tomatoes. They're doing all right. And here's another plug tray. Got more beans in here. These are edible greens. Basil and cukes. More spinach. A bunch of stuff in here. And then I've got my 6 tomatoes over here. Got a stray pepper. So the tomatoes are really doing good. It's very healthy looking in here. They just do much better in the greenhouse. These were planted deep and they're about 3 feet tall now, so they're pretty good. Now this one here is actually doing really well. I think this is a big beefsteak. She's getting pretty tall. It's taller than me actually now. But it's a raised bed, obviously. This one's okay and this one's okay. So let's keep these in the cages here. I get a feeling these will produce pretty hard here. I think they're gonna start flowering pretty heavy and we'll get going. But we are end of June. I'm on my way back into town. I just got a call from my doc. He didn't have any bad news, but I have to go in to see him to get these staples taken out. Hopefully that won't be an issue. There's quite a few. It
feels a bit uncomfortable. I'm starting to get kind of low on painkillers. Actually, I haven't had my latest. I'm pretty well out of T3s with codeine, which maybe I don't need anymore. But yeah, not feeling as numb down there as usual. It's kind of uncomfortable. So hopefully he can pull them out without me freaking dying from pain. Not looking forward to that. But the good news was, it wasn't a cancerous issue. They do have the cause. I'll get into that in a little bit. I just gotta hurry up here and get into town. I'm running late, which probably isn't a huge deal around here, but it's acceptable being far out of town. Plus he tied me up on the phone for a bit. So I'll get the other details later. It's Wednesday, June 24th. I guess I had my surgery, I think it was Tuesday last week. So actually, it's just like, it's not even a week has passed, it seems. Well, I gotta check those dates, but so I had surgery and then I was a few days in the hospital and they released me, I think Friday. Yeah, I think it was Friday afternoon I got home, which was pretty cool. And I just kind of been resting, and so I got the staples out yesterday. I'll post a picture after, or do a quick video shot. So that looks pretty good. And the news was the section, the 2-3 foot they took out with the appendix also, which there wasn't a problem with the appendix, but while they were there, they just decided to remove that for avoid further future complications or another surgery if something happens. So they took that, and the testing came back as a rupture. I think it's like diverticulitis or something. It happens. You get weak bulges in your intestine, and I guess one of mine actually had burst and my body was trying to heal it. So that's why I was feeling better, I think. And that would come down again as it started to fail, and then I would get better again. But something like that, I left untreated. I mean, you poison yourself. It leaches all kinds of stuff in your gut, and it's fatal, basically. In the olden days, you would have died a slow, ugly death. So, anyways, that didn't happen. And the recovery is okay. I got the staple out yesterday. I ran out of T3s with codeine, which I was on for a while, and I didn't renew them. Doc says to stay off them, which is probably better because it's hard on you. And a lot of people get a dependence on those. So I just have Advil, which really doesn't do a whole lot. So yeah, I'm pretty sore where they had to stitch up all the ab muscles, the little I had. So yeah, I'm feeling a little rough, but I'm feeling way better. Like, I don't have all the issues I had pre-surgery, all that rough feeling, and I was just ill. So I don't feel ill. I'm just kind of hurt and sore, but I'm home. I can do some things. I'm in the garden, which is totally out of control. It really is. A lot of the stuff that's in here is not even supposed to be in here. So the beds behind me, these are okay. I've got this half bed here, which has some perennials and just carrots and radishes and onions. And we've got the cauliflower in here, which is doing good. I had broccoli, but it bolted because I think I left it in the seed tray too long in the greenhouse. And once it came out here, I just went to the bolt phase. So I'll put some more in. We've got zucchinis. We've got all kinds of strawberries over here that are they're supposed to be in the concrete blocks, but they've meandered into this bed. And they just taken over, so I'll let them do their thing this year, but I can't really clean that up right now. And of course, you got lots of flowers. Just this flowers growing everywhere. Like the beds are mixed. They're veggie flower beds. So again, I'm gonna leave them for this year. There's no sense digging that up. The bed in front of me here, this has our potatoes in it, so we've put these in. They're doing really good. We had some flea beetles on here, but the damage isn't that bad. We've got stray sunflowers. I'm just going to blame the chipmunk on that because I think he was taking seeds from the feeder. So the potato bed ends right here, and then we've just got, well, there's some stuff, just tomatoes that I put in. near the end, and there's a rhubarb at the very end. But this middle section, it's just random growth. And from the plant book, we have it's some weird poppies. They may all flower and all that stuff, but I'm gonna remove a bunch. It's just too much. And then bed number 4, that's a full length bed. It's over 50 feet to the end. At the end is a runner bean, and then the entire middle is like a hemp nettle and some more of this poppy flower thing. So that this entire bed is not even in use. It's just a jungle. And bed 5, the last one, has these huge poppy things. There's a little bit of dill, I guess, just random growth. There's supposed to be some beans in there, but they already got overtaken by the weeds. And then the entire rest of where the fence ends in bed 5, there's a little cornfield that Monica had made and some more cauliflower. But yeah, I would say half the beds are not in use and just doing their thing. And the weather's been like this. It's been sunny, cloudy, decent, mild. And it's rained. It's rained almost daily, or at least at nighttime. So the watering in the garden has been just minimal. We really haven't had to do a whole lot, just spot water. The soil is just nice. It's not saturated. It's just nicely watered. So that's a bonus, because I didn't end up running all the drip lines, because I ended up going to the coast, and when I came back, stuff happened. So there's only drip lines in a few beds. So that's about it for the garden. It's out of control, but there's a lot of stuff going on that's edible. And the greenhouse is okay. There's peppers and lots of tomatoes in there, peppers and cucumbers are in there. Stuff that doesn't like being outside that much, because harsh weather can really take out the plant. So the greenhouse is doing really well. The orchard is doing okay. And then this was a berry row. It's more like 7-foot grass right now. And this whole center is currants. These are red currants. They're just kind of getting there. There's loads. I mean, I think they're in here. And then most of the center part, that's all red currants. So we'll find out what to do with those. Wow, that is huge. So this is just greenery in here, up to the fence line. There are some berries in there too, but oh my God, that is massive big. So that's the overview of the garden basically. It didn't happen the way I wanted it to this year, but you know, at least I know where everything is. There's a lot of perennial stuff in here that's going to keep coming up, which I'm fine with. But I'm probably going to cut back on that a little bit, because it's just randomly growing, self-seeding. Like with the strawberries too, they're just taking over. They just grow wherever they want. They put their feelers out and they set up camp, and it's just a bit much. So here in the fall, early fall, I'm just going to start cutting back where things are supposed to be and where I want them to be. So yeah, 2020, messy garden, so be it. But I am gonna clean up. I'm gonna clean up the weeds at least in the beds that were growing, and the rest, well, I'll do the best I can. Trying to get some nutrition in me. Oh man. Here's some overnight oats, some milk, some unflavored protein powder, banana. Yeah. We got kale and spinach, Swiss chard, hemp hearts. I could throw a bunch of more stuff in here, but oh man. I'll blend this up and Monica suggested some blueberries. Here's a handful. All right, let's blend it up. I was kind of surprised how neutral this is. I thought it's gonna have quite a bit of vegetable taste, and that Swiss chard is has a pretty strong flavor sometimes. So it's drinkable. It's not great. but I can do 2 glasses of this. I'll be okay. That's good. One way to get rid of some of the veggies in there, because I got way too many greens. You can only eat so much salad, but man, you can stuff it into a blender and that works. I was just having a nice nap. Looks like I've been sleeping a fair bit, so I can get good rest. What is this? It's not a dog. So Monica just went for a walk with the dogs. I got the gate open, but I guess we got stray cows again. Good thing I never got into the garden. Did not suck. I'm upwind from this guy, so he can't even hear me or smell me. They're actually quite skittish when they're not yours. So he's not gonna be too impressed when he sees me. Oh yeah, nice hangout. How you guys doing? How's the grass? Yeah, wrong property. I'll see you guys later. You know where the bottom of the driveway is, right? Hey, they can actually hurry up pretty good. Keep on going. I got a feeling they'll be back. This is pretty good grass. Hey, Paul Michaels. I decided to take your advice on the soft food, so I'm gonna have a soft drink, like ginger ale or something, and a marshmallow. These are pretty soft, so I think this will be okay. I'm down at the workshop. I really haven't done anything in here except keep putting stuff in. So it's a real mess. I got all my aircraft in here and car tools and mostly hobby stuff right now, but man, it's just, everything's been laying here since like January, since we moved in. And pretty hard to find anything. So while I got all this downtime, I might as well just putz in here a little bit. It's a comfortable temperature. It's always cool in here, even if the sun's out. It's actually pretty pleasant to work in here. Except for the mosquitoes, they like coming in here too, because it's kind of their ideal temp, and so they're in here. But there's quite a few less already. I've got a mosquito coil going actually, so I think that might work for this area actually. Just get one of those going and clear the skeeters out of here. Yeah, I just, like I said, I've got all the chainsaw stuff's all over here, and tools and the welder. The 2 aircraft I brought from the coast, they're sitting here. It's not really a great spot for them either. And then, so I mean, these are pretty good benches for my hobby for sure, and other stuff. But man, it's time to maybe get organized, put some of the stuff away where I can actually find stuff. Maybe I can do a couple of things in here. I mean, the shop is pretty big. I think it's 42 by 23. So it's a good size. You can put 4 cars in here, no problem. Yeah, it's a good size. If I'm standing here by the doorway, kind of gives you an overview. So, yeah, definitely space in here. And I got this old beach antique stove. I'm sure it'll be next year's project, but yeah, it looks complete, so I think I'm gonna do a little work on it. I don't know if I'll ever get it working, but I'll make it presentable. Sounds like I got some cows awfully close again. Well, I think they're on the road actually. You can hear the wind. Sounds like a waterfall. And here it is. It's weird. It's hit like a wall. You really hear it down below. Oh yeah. Yeah, most of the wind's right down at the river. It's really blowing down there. Good little windstorm. Even the river's choppy.
Don't step on that, you know, please.
It's the 30th of June. So I'm gonna cut the video here. I've been running the video for actually like 6 weeks. Which I usually do 2, 3, 4 videos in a month, depending what's really going on. But yeah, it's just one video for June, and I think I started May 20th. It's when I kind of got sick when I came back from the coast, and I kind of look like shit, don't I? Yeah. I kind of feel like shit actually. I'm better. I'm different. I'm not sick like I was before surgery. I'm just a kind of a different recovery sick. Kind of just sick and tired of it all. It's going on like 6 weeks now, right? 6 weeks of just cramps and bad bowel movements and not eating right, or not eating enough. And my appetite's strong, so it's stronger than it should be, because I'm eating stuff I probably should wait a bit. But yeah, recovery just seems slow. It's probably just fine, but I'm just eager to get going on things around here. Everything's just been on pause. I really hate that, because right now it's an awesome time a year. I love June. You know, just so much going on with the plants and stuff, and lots of changes here. Lots of nice changes for sure. I've had time to cut some other videos, some old videos, and I got all the drones out. I finally managed to hook them up to my program, which I wasn't able to hook up any of the drones to do any tuning and changes and updates. So that was frustrating, but yeah, it looks like there's at least 6 or 7 drones that I fly pretty regular, and they're all going right now, so I had time to do that. Been in the shop a little bit. I've kind of cleaned it up a little bit, sort of. I kind of know where everything is now, and I'm kind of getting the itch to fly my aircraft again. I mean, I love my airplanes. The quads are cool, drones are cool, FPV is really cool, but I still like flying my my airplanes. And so I'm gonna go down when I feel better and cut my runway and get some of the airplanes up in the air. that's about it. That's a wrap, I guess. Weather's been pretty mixed, but for growing, it's really good. It's been mid-20s, sunny, cloudy, rainy. Nice balance, I think. Not like the coast. It's just, I've never liked it. I never liked the coast weather. It's, yeah, when the rain comes, it just kind of seems to hunker in, especially if you like going in the mountains. We don't really have any big mountains around here. We're kind of in this river gorge, I guess. So basically anything, the mountain tops are probably actually the flat part of the Caribou. So yeah, we're kind of actually just in the river gorge a little bit. It's nicely benched, so there's a lot of farms out here who just take advantage of the benches. It's really fertile too. So yeah, the weather just moves on through. I mean, if there's a system here, it doesn't really lock down like it does at the coast. It just, you know, 20, 30 minutes, you usually get back to sun. Sometimes it's 2, 3, 4 hours, but yeah, it's definitely not steady. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up here, and we'll see what July brings. Definitely hoping for a quick recovery, a full recovery. Because like I said, I'm still nowhere near 100%, that's for sure. Got a ways to go.